Morning, everybody. John Ponick with the Mojave Valley Daily News. This is your daily dose for Tuesday, June 15th.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. The daily dose is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center. One of the many reasons why you and your physician should choose the Tri-State Radiology Center is that as an independent imaging center, the cost is substantially less than hospital-based facilities. Tri-State Radiology is conveniently located in Fort Mojave, so call them today at 928-460-7226. And remember, at Tri-State Radiology Center, your image means the world to us. All right, it is Taco Tuesday. This is brought to you by Humberto's Mexican Food. They're at 1136 Highway 95 across from Fast Trip up here in Old Bullhead, family run and family owned. You got the pictures up? Oh my God, that food.
Yeah, we're showing the food right now.
So good. So if you order a regular taco and you say that you saw them on the Daily Dose, you get your beans and rice for free. So swing on by, check them out. If you haven't tried them, you need to try them. I know you got a lot of choices when it comes to Mexican food in town, but you need to give them a try.
And the portions are huge.
Tecate, Modelo.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
Good stuff. All right. News flash, it's hot outside. Excessive heat warning extended through Saturday. That is from the National Weather Service has declared. You got two things. If you got the graph up there, the
yes,
graphic.
I do.
So in the purple there, that is the excessive heat warning. The brownish, tan, whatever you want to call it there, is just an excessive heat watch or heat advisory. So they're talking about from today through the rest of the week, highs in the mid 120s, 123, 124. We'll get to the weather later to kind of nail that down. But the story is cooling centers to open in Bullhead City. We know that some have opened up in Laughlin already. Now we got some in Bullhead City. Starting today, Bullhead City's opening the Suddenlink Community Center. It's from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. today through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 3:30 to 8 p.m. on Sunday. That's up here on Suddenlink Way on East 3rd Street. In addition, the Legacy Foundation, Christine Stamper Center for Help and Hope over here on Oatman Road is open from noon to 6 to help people cool off. The American Legion Post 60 on Bruce Woodbury Drive will be open from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. on all days when the temperature exceeds 112, which will be every day from now until like October. The Colorado River Food Bank on Laughlin Civic Drive is open 8 a.m. to 2:45 Monday through Friday. And I think that might be it for that. Daytime highs from 121 to 124 today and 120 to 124 Wednesday through Saturday. Sunday is, right now, it's 117, but we know that can constantly change. So
Try to stay cool out there.
you know what? There's a story in here about how hot it is on how hot the pavement is, and it just reminded me that doctors warn of burns as heat wave hits the west, and they're talking about the temperature of pavement and concrete and all that kind of stuff, how when it's 115, that pavement can be 150, 160 degrees. And what popped into my head? Our pets. Our pets are the ones that, we hear a lot of information about don't leave your cars or your pets and kids and that in the cars, but you don't really hear too often about how hot that pavement is for them.
And it's hot.
Be careful. All right, our breaking news. Breaking news brought to you by New Image Primary Care. Now scheduling appointments within 7 days. Call for your appointment. This is Jim Douglas Mosier, 23. Jim was the shooter down at the Walmart shooting back in May. I think it was May 19th. He was formally charged with second-degree murder for the shooting death of Larry Burton Markham at the Fort Mojave Walmart. I think a lot of us have seen the video, and we understand what all went down there. It was basically a road rage thing that turned into a shooting. Both gentlemen were armed. One of them put his gun away and tried to kick Mr. Mosier. and Mr. Mosier shot him in the chest, where he later died. His trial is scheduled. Mosier opted for a speedy trial. His trial is set to begin November 2nd with a pretrial hearing set for October 4th. So they're expecting the trial to take 4 to 6 days. We'll see how that goes.
We can't really call him a bad guy.
Not yet.
But we can call him kind of careless with a firearm. That's all.
Well, I mean, the whole thing started with his hot dogging out there on his motorcycle.
The
out
whole
on
thing
the
was
highway.
careless. The whole thing.
The whole thing was
I
careless.
agree.
But it wasn't one of these things where he pulled a gun out and shot him. He pulled his gun out to let him know, hey, chill.
I'm armed. Back off.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Crushed board works quickly. This should have been our lead story. This should have been our breaking news, that they had a school board meeting that lasted under 2 hours.
That would be breaking news.
And they made a big deal out of the fact that it was under 2 hours. But they got a lot accomplished. So new superintendent Monty Silk was there. They talked about quite a bit. More than half of the 30 agenda items were done during consent agenda, so that took care of that. One of those things in the consent agenda was approving the new principal at Mojave High School. That's Dwayne Schofield. Mr. Schofield was the assistant principal under Steve Lawrence, who retired. Now he is moving on to be the principal, so that's good news. We hear a lot of good things about Mr. Schofield. I'm going to try and get him in here one of these days. And then they talked a little bit about the insurance trust. There's some work that has to be done there. It's kind of the insurance trust involves both the high school district as well as the elementary school district. The elementary school district said they were going to pull out. Then they thought about staying in, but they didn't have a quorum at their meeting the other day, so they haven't voted to do that. So they decided to table that until they get some more information on that. They also are going to table action on revising the district's policy covering interaction with the district and board's legal counsel. There's a whole misunderstanding, I guess, on how who is allowed to talk to the school board's attorneys. So they're going to be working on they're going to table that. And then they got a presentation from ESI. It's a Scottsdale-based educational staffing services company. They talked a little bit about a way to get retired teachers back into town and teaching where it won't interfere with some of their retirement benefits. So we'll see how that goes. And then our next story, budget hearing precedes council meeting. They kind of flip-flopped. So the school board had a nice short meeting. It looks like city council may have an extended meeting tonight. They got a lot of things to talk about. They're actually going to have 4 meetings. 3 of them are open to the public, including a couple of workshops starting at 3 o'clock. The first one is going to be on proposed term limits. Mayor Brady and Dr. Ziri brought this to the city council that they would like to discuss possibly instituting term limits for the mayor and city council. They're going to talk about that, so you can go out and voice your opinion on it. There's a few different choices. One of them, a few different parts to it. The proposal is for 2 terms as mayor, or 2 terms as city council, or a combination of 3 terms for both of them together. So that's where they're at on that. So you have a chance to have your input out at 3 o'clock on that. They're also going to have discussions of electronic scooter regulations in the city. And then they will go into executive session for the annual evaluations of City Attorney Garna Emery and City Clerk Sue Stein. So those should be quick meetings because they're very good at what they do. Then they go into their regular meeting and they will be discussing the budget. They have to approve it. You still have a chance to give your input on it, but expect that it will be finalized tonight it really needs to be finalized before the end of the month. So this is the last meeting in the fiscal year, so it should be ready to go. The new fiscal year starts July 1. I don't think there is. Oh, they're going to be doing council appointments as well. So they have the appointment to the last position, the one that was vacated by Mark Clark when he resigned. That's the last item on the agenda, so you have to wait around for that. They're also got various boards and commissions and committees, the Park and Rec Commission, Planning and Zoning Commission, that they're going to be naming people to those as well. So they could have a very long meeting tonight.
Another one.
Yeah, city council meetings usually go pretty quick, but they got a lot to cover tonight, so we'll see. Tech nudges S&P to record high. I bought some new stock yesterday. I'll talk to you about it when we're done here, Mike. Mike hasn't been impressed with me buying cryptocurrency, but I think the stock that I bought last night, I think he'll be excited.
You might
about.
agree.
I think he might.
Okay.
All right, sports.
Let's do it.
All right, so we got a couple of pictures here. The first is 6'6" junior Freddie McCoo.
Do they call him Shorty?
I am pretty sure they do. I think they probably call him Sir. He's 6'6".
Yeah.
He's one of 4 returning starters for Coach Kyle Morris's varsity squad. The story is basically Kyle Morris, the head coach at Mojave High School varsity boys basketball team, has been getting some help from some of his former teammates, Lonnie Langston, and this name might ring a bell, Joe Heath. It's 2 of his teammates that he played with for Mojave about 6 years ago. They've been coming out and helping coach the team, coach up the players, which is nice. And having Joe Heath out there for sure is that's a good coach to have. So it's a preview of the work that they've been doing here. And Mojave only had 1 win last year, but they brought back 4 of their starters. So they're looking to instill a different defensive scheme and an offensive scheme and have everybody on the same page, and having those 2 out helping Coach Morris is probably a great idea. And then we have the Patriots. This is the Melk boys basketball team. They participated in a Arizona College AZ Prep tournament in Prescott over the weekend. They went 2-2. They played Mayer, Arizona College Prep, and Gila Ridge. And Basketball Academy, Hillcrest Prep. So they did. They went 2-2. They're still preparing for their Section 7 tournament that's coming up June 18th through the 20th. So this coming weekend. According to Coach Neal, they are ready to go. We got a nice big story here on the Phoenix Suns. Speaking of ready to go, they are for sure ready to go.
They have been ready.
Yeah.
They've been doing it.
Yeah. Seven in a row, I think.
Yeah, they're on their way.
All right. Today in history, not a whole lot going on, but the one I picked out, 1864, Secretary of War Edwin M. Stanton signed an order establishing a military burial ground, which became Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia, 1864.
I never knew that.
160 years ago?
That's too long ago to remember even.
All right. Do you want to talk about the weather?
Yeah, well.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so weather's brought to you by Living Waters Hospice, your hometown hospice. Together we can make a difference. Hot,
and hot. Yep.
124, 123, 124, 124, 123. And the bad part about it is that every one of those lows, overnight, it's 91, 92, 91. It's only going to get down in the 90s overnight. So
no cool air at night.
No. We have a story. Hopefully it will be in tomorrow's paper. We are just doing some final tweaks on how our local electrical cooperative is prepared for it. So it's almost done, and we will convince you that there is nothing to worry about. You will not lose power.
Okay.
That's
we hope
the idea.
So. We hope so.
That's the idea. All right. The last thing, we still have the food drive going on until June 18th, which I believe is Friday. Bring in $10 minimum worth of non-perishable food items or baby products. That's really what we're looking for right now. Diapers, wipes, formula, infant cereal, water, Gatorade, those kinds of things. We're looking for those. If you bring that in, $10 worth, before the end of the week, we will, if you have a subscription, we'll extend your subscription 30 days. If you don't have one, we will give you a free one for 30 days. So bring it down and let's get you hooked up. We'll make sure that those items get to the people that need them. All right. I got everything?
I think you did.
Woohoo!
Nailed it.
All right, don't forget, go down to Humberto's and get yourself a regular taco. You get your beans and rice for free if you say that you saw them on the Daily Dose.
That's right.
This has been brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center. The Tri-State Radiology Center offers same or next day appointments, and they accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal. They have a wide open MRI and offer digital x-rays with your reports ready in 24 hours. Call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a great Tuesday. Jeff, thanks.
Thank you.
And we will see you tomorrow.
Okay.